Yeah, once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. I think everyone enjoyed your New Year celebrations. Okay, hope once again, wish you happy New Year to everyone. Okay, after 2025, this is our first session where we are going to discuss on as part of SQL. Okay, now in continuous to last session, okay, where we stopped. Okay, we discussed about the clean page, we discussed about the dirty page, we discussed about the wall concept, and also we discussed about the checkpoint. So these are the four different concepts we discussed, and which is quite very easy. We discussed a lot about checkpoint. We discussed a lot about what is wall. We discussed about dirty pages. We discussed about the clean page. Just to recap, okay. So if you are copying the pages from MDF or NDF to the cache and you haven't modified anything, those pages will call it as a clean page. Once you start modifying the data in the data cache, those pages technically will be called as a dirty pages. Okay. So before it moved to the MDF file, all the changes, whatever you are doing in the cache, need to be moved into the LDF file in the form of log records. That is taken care by the wall concept. Now, now who is going to move the log records from cache to LDF file? Log writer. There is internal thread log writer which is going to take care to move the changes. Okay. Now there is one more concept. So because the log changes is moving to the LDF file. What about the changes where we've been made into the data cache? Who will take care to move the changes to the data cache to MDF file? So checkpoint. There is one internal process checkpoint. So checkpoint will write all the changes whatever you've been made in the cache to the MDF file. Once it move the changes, these pages won't be flushes by checkpoint. Means checkpoint never flushes the pages. Checkpoint just move the data. Once the data has been moved to the MDF file, again these pages will convert as a clean page. Once again these pages will convert as a clean page. How to check the how many clean pages are available? How many dirty pages are available? DM underscore OS underscore buffer underscore descriptor. If you're at DM underscore OS underscore buffer underscore descriptor, we can get to know how many clean pages are available, how many dirty pages are available. And we are having different varieties of checkpoints. One is automatic checkpoint, which is instance level. One is indirect checkpoint, database level, and manual checkpoint, internal checkpoint. So automatic checkpoint, as we discussed, as per the best practices, we should not touch the automatic checkpoint. Let it be estimate the SQL Server, estimate the changes made in the cache, and let it be flush the checkpoint to move the data to the buffer to disk. We should not touch. If you wanted to change the checkpoint interval time, Microsoft introduced from SQL Server 2012 a concept called indirect checkpoint, where we can change the interval time for that specific database with the help of indirect checkpoint. And manual checkpoint, whenever you want to trigger the checkpoint, means you want to move the changes very quickly as possible, then you can trigger the manual checkpoint. Or sometimes your log will get full due to checkpoint. Okay, sometimes your log will get full due to checkpoint. That time also you can trigger the manual check. Internal checkpoint, you don't have any control based on the scenarios, like when you are taking the backups, when you are shadowing the SQL, when you are making your database offline, when you are switching the recovery models. Based on the scenario to scenario, internal checkpoint will trigger. This is what we been discussed in the last session. Any questions on this part? Yeah. Now, in continues to last session, so let's project something. Okay, for as I told you, you can get the information when was your last checkpoint trigger. Okay, what happened? Okay, if I wanted to see the checkpoint information, you can read fn underscore db log. It's a function in SQL Server. Fn underscore db log is a function. where you are trying to read the log file, using fn underscore db log, you can get the checkpoint triggered information. So when you run fn underscore db log, you will get when was your checkpoint is begin, what was the transaction has been flushed, and when was your checkpoint got ended. So you will get this kind of information from the log file. You are reading from the log file. Okay. The data file, nothing. Data file where you are going to store your actual data. Our main focus will be log file. That's what. In advanced level also we will mainly focus on the log file. So what is a log file architecture? Okay. What is happening internally in log file? So how to troubleshoot log file? Okay. Why log file is not reusing? We'll discuss a lot about the log file in the advanced level, because data file is just data. Finally, your data will store in the data file, but log file will place one of the major role in many activities. So if I no worries about this one, the old batch people, when I'm discussing, there is one pending concept on replication, right? I will talk more on the fn underscore db log on that day. And the new people, no worries, in the future again I will talk on this fn underscore db log. Using an fn underscore db log, you can read the log file. Not only checkpoint, if I wanted to get some information from the log file. So for example, someone suddenly deleted some transaction. There is no audits in your environment. There is no audit. You are not using any third party tool. And I wanted to get some information who done that delete. Can it possible? So yes, if you go and read the log file, if we go and read the log file, we can get to know who perform, when perform, okay, what transaction they perform. We can read log file like anything. So, but it's not easy. Again, everyone, if an underscore DB log will get the massive information for us. Okay. Please keep that in mind. It will get massive information. Fn underscore db log is also very important component where we wanted to little concentrate how to run the query, what sort of queries we can run. Means, see, if we are not using this kind of columns or filters, if you simply run fn underscore db log. So, for example, I am just running select star from fn underscore db log. If I'm just simply running, okay, I'm not passing anything. If I'm just simply run, okay, this is our database, okay, nothing is performing here. But when you go to the real world, okay, it will get the massive kind of information. That's what I will try to reproduce some issue in the replication, and I will try to show you fn underscore db log, what sort of information you can see in the log file, how to read the log file. How you can read the log file? Can I read the log file? You remember last session we discussed about how to read the pages. Everyone remember, right? By enabling the DBCC trace on 360 and by using DBCC page, by using DBCC IND, you will get the page information. You can go and read the pages. Like say, can I read the log file, Subbu? Yes, you can read the log file. How you can read the log file? With the help of fn underscore db log. It contains massive columns, see, massive information. These are all the columns, a massive information. So if you directly go and run, it's not easy to analyze. If you use some columns, firstly, you should know what you wanted to read from log file. That is how we need to think as a experienced DBAs. Okay. If you simply go and run select star from fn underscore db log, oh my god, it will pull like anything. It's very difficult to analyze what exactly that it's doing. Okay. But what you wanted to read, why you decide to read the log file. If you get that information, if you go to the Google and if you ask, if you find anything respect to the columns, respect to the predicates, what predicates you want to pass, that will definitely will help you. No worries, I will take a separate session how to read the fn underscore db log. Is it clear? This is one thing where we can read the log file to get the checkpoint time. Along with this, there is one more option. If you enable 3504 trace file, if you enable 35 trace file, you can also it will write the information in the error log. Whenever checkpoint got triggered, it will write the information in the error log. So, but as per the best practices, don't enable this trace file, sir, because it will pile up your log file. SQL error log file means when you enable this trace file, okay, whenever checkpoint is triggering, it will write in the SQL error log. So if you go to the error log, so we are having SQL error log, right? It will start writing the information in the SQL error log. So unnecessarily it will pile up this error log. Okay, no need to worry. Don't enable until unless if you really need, someone is asking, then I wanted to know the checkpoint triggering time, then you can enable this one and you can monitor for a while. Again, you can disable this trace file. Don't enable this trace file because it will simply pile up your log file. Means writing every time it is writing the information in the SQL error log. So as a need, we don't need that much. Okay, better there is option. Okay, will I need to enable or not based on your scenario? We can decide. Is it clear, everyone? How to read the checkpoint? How to enable the trace file to get the checkpoint information in the error log? Is it clear, everyone? No? Yes?
Yes, Subbu, clear.
Yes, so clear.
Now let's move on to the our again. Okay. We discuss about this four. We are good. Okay. Again, this all are very important. Okay. I can't say this is very important for interview. All concepts are very important for interview. Okay. These are all 7 concepts, 7 core internal concepts are very important. Now, there is a concept called lazy writer. See, what is a checkpoint role basically? Whenever checkpoint is triggering, whatever it may be, either it can be indirect checkpoint or it can be automatic checkpoint or it can be manual checkpoint. What checkpoint is a checkpoint, sir? Again, okay. Whenever checkpoint trigger, what is happening? Whatever the changes you made in the buffer is moving to the MDF file and making this place as a clean page. Clean page. That is the main purpose of your checkpoint. Means checkpoint is not flushing. Means checkpoint is not removing the pages in the buffer. See, if checkpoint is not able to remove, now what will happen in the data cache? It is keep on loading the pages. At certain time, your RAM gets full, right? Yes or no? If your pages are still all the pages are copying from MDF and placing the RAM. So what at finally see in real world our database sizes are in terabytes, but our RAM size will be 64 GB, 128 GB, okay, 256 GB. Also, our RAM is little bit good, okay, little bit good or little smaller. Our databases sizes are double than RAM, okay. Now see, definitely if you start, when you start loading the data, when you just start reading the data, SQL will try to keep everything in the RAM only to spin because it is much faster. Now the pages are either it can be dirty pages or it can be clean pages. What is happening? The pages are loading in the data cache, data, not only data caches, sir, we are having other caches also. There is a log cache, plan cache, log cache, many caches. But out of all that caches, data cache is the most consumer in the buffer, most consumer. Now it is trying to keep all the pages. Okay, simply it is keeping, and checkpoint is not flushing. Any other process is not flushing. Now what will happen at certain time? The RAM get full. Now, what Microsoft done? Microsoft introduced one more internal process called lazy writer. The name itself, lazy writer, always it will be in the sleeping state. Assume, for example, it is in sleeping. When there is no time interval, we can't say the time interval. Okay, is there any time interval like checkpoint, Subbu? You are saying that checkpoint will trigger based on the modification you've done based on the time interval you scheduled, checkpoint will trigger. Like lazy writer will trigger any time interval. No, lazy writer will be always in the sleepy kind of process thread, sleepy kind of thread. When it will invoke means whenever RAM is getting full. When RAM is getting full, okay. So means don't tell that RAM this much percentage, that much percentage. No, sir. Just if lazy writer will trigger in a frequently only as a talk, as a to understand. Lazy checkpoint is triggering in the background. Lazy writer is also triggering in the background frequently because lazy writer job is to make RAM healthy always. To make RAM healthy always. So lazy writer triggers in a frequently only because it need to trigger frequently. Otherwise, what will happen? Your RAM will get full like anything. So lazy writer is triggering, and what it is doing in the background means. So there is, for example, there is algorithm least used pages, least left reference count, either least used pages or least reference count. Based on this algorithm, see internally again too much internals are again okay. Just understand the logics. The pages are copying from MDF or NDF to buffer. Is it clear, right? First point, everyone. Now, for example, user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, okay, user 5. Assume there are 10 users. So 10 users are trying to access some data. I can't say only specific data, some data. For example, this page is belong to employee table. This page is belong to department table. This page is belong to sales table. Okay, so 3 to 4 users are trying to access employee table. 3 to 4 users are trying to access department table. 3 to 4 users are accessing sales table. So now all the different varieties of users, different varieties of pages they are trying to access. Assume there is a table called account table, okay, and it is little massive table, okay, massive table, and all the pages are available in the cache, but only one user is accessed, okay, only one user, because maybe that the transaction is used only once, okay. Now whenever lazy writer triggers, okay, what will happen, right? Whenever user 1 is accessing, user 2 accessing, user 3 accessing, user 4 is accessing, what SQL will do, right? SQL make one count in the buffer, in the buffer. Like one time this page has been used, 2 times the page has been used, 3 times the page has been used in the buffer. So in the buffer, it is making one count how many times the pages which are in the buffer are accessing by different varieties of users. Are getting my point, everyone? See, see, SQL is what SQL is doing. SQL is copying the pages from MDF to cache or NDF to cache. Now, when you are trying to perform whatever operation, see, in real world, n number of users, hundreds of users are connecting, hundreds of transactions are performing. Okay, now every time when someone is accessing, it will make one count internally. It will make count internally. Now, whenever lazy writer triggers, it will identify the least used pages, the least reference count, and it will start flushing the data. It will start flushing the pages. Okay, is there any how many pages it will flush, Shubhu? Okay, until the RAM make healthy, until lazy writer feel that RAM is healthy, it will start flushing the pages from the cache. It's a background process. So whatever the pages which are in the buffer, whenever multiple users are accessing, internally there is something is happening. What is the something? It is making a count. Who is going to make SQL is going to make a count and updating in the page header. Page header. Now, whenever lazy writer triggers, it will start, okay, you reading that count and identify, okay, these many pages, if I flush, RAM will get healthy. It won't use. So, for example, this page is 1050 times accessed. Okay, this page is 2800 times the page is accessed. This page is only one time. This page is only 10 times. This page is only 15 times. So how many times the page is accessed? So if it's whatever the least used pages, now it will start flushing the pages. Is it clear, everyone? First, you need to understand what is the purpose of lazy writer. Lazy writer will triggers only whenever RAM is getting full. Okay, whenever to make RAM healthy, not RAM is getting full. Okay, let's correct. To make RAM healthy, lazy writer keep on triggering. Lazy writer keep on triggering. When lazy writer triggers, what will happen? Okay, lazy-writer will go and scan all the pages, least used pages, least reference code to get the information. Along with, it will also get the information whether it is a dirty page or clean page. This is also very important. Not only least used pages, least reference count, it will also getting information about whether it is a dirty page or is a clean page. Is it clear, everyone? No? Yes? Are you there, online people?
Yes, all clear.
Okay, now it got information about all the used pages. Okay, information how many times the page has been accessed in the buffer along with whether it is a dirty page or clean page. Forget about clean page or for a while. Assume that is a dirty page. Can it directly flush the pages? No, no, all the dirty page need to first move to the MDF file. Okay, means whatever the changes you made in the buffer, that will write first in the MDF or NDF file. Okay, MDF in the LDF file. Before that, it will move the log changes to the LDF file. You see, lazy writer is also doing whatever the checkpoint is doing. What is the checkpoint is doing? Same thing. Whenever checkpoint triggers, the dirty page information will move to the MDF file. Like same, lazy writer, very important point. Lazy writer is also doing same thing. Okay. Assume if it detect the dirty page, detect the dirty page, if it detect any log records are available, it will move into the LDF file. It will move into the MDF file. Then it will start flushing the data. Then it will start flushing the data. Is it clear? Unless, okay, it makes clean place, it never flushes the pages. It never flushes the pages from the buffer. So now once the dirty page is moved, it will make it as a clean page and it will identify whether these pages are least as part of least user pages, least reference count. Then it will start removing the page in the buffer. It will flush. Flush is nothing but removing the pages from the buffer. Okay, not okay. Don't get confused. Oh, lazy writer will only flushes the pages. No, we are wrong, sir. Lazy writer will also move the pages to the disk and only it flushes the pages. Without moving the dirty pages to the MDF file, it never flushes the page from the buffer. Now what it will do? It will try to flushes the pages from the buffer. Means it will try to remove the pages in the buffer to make RAM healthy. To make RAM healthy, that is the internal process background. Lazy writer is also continuously running. Lazy writer is continuously running. Questions, everyone? What is lazy writer is doing? So whenever lazy writer triggers, okay. So lazy writer is an internal process, one of the internal process. When lazy writer triggers, it will try to read the pages, a concept called algorithm, least used pages or least reference count. Along with it will try to read whether it is a dirty page or clean page. Okay, if it is a dirty page, first it will try to move the changes to the MDF file. Okay, then only it will start flushing the data from the cache. To make RAM healthy, lazy writer is also very important internal processor. Mostly you will get a question called difference between checkpoint and lazy writer. Almost both are the background process, but checkpoint we can control. You can control the checkpoint interval time. But you can also control the automatic checkpoint. You can also control the indirect checkpoint. But can I control the lazy writer? No, you can't control the lazy writer. You don't have any control on the lazy writer. It is a background process. It will trigger. One more difference, major difference is whenever checkpoint triggers, it will move the changes from buffer to disk and make this as a clean page, but it never flushes the pages. But what lazy is doing, lazy is also move the data and it will try to make a note down and it will try to destroy the page from the cache. How it is destroying Subbu? Okay, I don't want us this much internal now. Okay, but I'm just showing you. Don't think I will talk in the advanced level. See, there is a concept called page latch DT. So what lazy is doing? What lazy is doing? Okay. So lazy first it will keep the page into the page latch DT lock. What lazy will do internally? Again, so don't think the people who are first time listening about latches. Old batch, I know you can understand because yesterday only last session we discussed about the latches. But new batch, okay, don't think too much now. I will talk more in the advanced level this concept. See, there is a concept called latch. Latch is also lock, lightweight lock, not heavyweight lock. Latch is a lightweight lock. So what lazy is doing? Lazy will keep page latch DT lock on the page, and it will start destroying that page from the buffer. Background, it is doing many things. Background, it is doing many things. Now you may ask one question, Subbu, whenever lazy is triggering, uh, parallelly multiple users are doing some their business operations, how that is there any impact it will place? No sir, because there are different varieties of locks SQL Server we place. Locks means not our transaction locks, latch locks. Okay, SQL Server will place different type of latch locks as we discussed when you are performing different operations. When the page will destroy by the lazy means if lacerator thread is placing page latch DT lock on that page only, that page is only can able to destroy, not any other pages, sir. It need to detect first, it need to move the next, and it need to place a lock. What lock it need to place? Okay, DT lock. Until unless destroyed lock it will place, it never flushes the page from the disk. So from the buffer, sorry. So there are many things are happening in the background. I don't want us this much internal in the starting phase. Everyone, it will confuse you. I will talk more when we are discussing large concepts. Are very very important concept. As of now, no need to think. No, everyone, no need to think much. I will talk this in the advanced level as I talk to the old batch. Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes, Bria. Yeah.
Okay, so if I understand you perfectly well, it means the lazy writer cannot delete a dirty page. The page needs to be cleaned first before the lazy writer can delete the page. Am I correct?
Exactly. Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yes, that is very, very important. Maybe confusion question also. If interviewer work confuses, they may ask in a different way. Will lazy writer will move the dirty pages? Definitely. It need to move, sir. It never flushes without moving the data because there may be data loss, right? See, dirty page in the sense it is not moved to the MDF file. If it is simply lazy writer is flushing the page, we may lose the data. Correct? And I can also show you, sir. Uh, SQL Server pages. Okay. One of our student only asked one question. See, I am not saying simply everyone. What Microsoft is saying, this is my official Microsoft doc, right? Agree, everyone? What Microsoft is saying?
Yes.
Okay. Very, 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 very important point, sir. Okay. Lazy will also flushes the dirty pages. Means lazy will also move the data from disk to buffer. Come on, yeah, buffer to disk. Sorry, reverse order. Buffer to disk. So I'm not saying anything. Is a Microsoft itself is saying. Okay, so lazy checkpoint, both are the both important background process which are continuously running. It should run continuously, sir. Okay, it should run continuously to make RAM very healthy, to make RAM very healthy, to see the data as quickly as possible, whatever the changes you made it. So checkpoint need to run, lazy need to trigger. Say lazy is a system process, keep the free buffer available by removing the infrequently used pages from the buffer caches. Before it is flushing, it will move the dirty pages first to disk. This is the one biggest question. Someone having a question. I until unless I show you the Microsoft document, most of the people are not agree with me, disagree with me. Why dirty pages will move by the lazy writer? Only checkpoint will move. Of course, many times checkpoint only, sir. But when lazy writer trigger, if that time if detect the dirty pages, it will move. Otherwise, checkpoint is your main process. Checkpoint only main processor, but when lazy writer triggers that time, if that time there is a dirty pages, only those dirty pages will move, sir. Otherwise, checkpoint is moving the data from buffer to disk, buffer to disk. Is it clear, everyone? So lazy writer is doing many things in the background. No worries about this lock, Subbu. I'm not understanding about this TT, all the stuff. Uday, what you are doing? Yeah. So DT log, there are KP log, many things. Okay, many things are doing in the background. We'll talk more in the advanced level. As of now, don't think much. Okay, just as of now, what I wanted to convey to everyone, what you wanted to remember is checkpoint, lazy writer, both are the internal process. Okay, in terms of lazy writer will triggers to make RAM healthy, to make RAM healthy always. Okay, based on the but lazy writer invokes and flushes the pages from the buffer to buffer. Okay, buffer. What are, it will follow an algorithm. What is that algorithm? Least used pages or least reference count. Based on this algorithm, it will start flushing the data. Before it start flushing the data, it will acquire a lock. That is nothing but page latch DT lock. If you are highlighting these locks to the interviewer also, definitely that will add up to the interviewer, sir. You know something greater than more than anyone when he's trying to compare. Okay, and it will also use the pages how frequently you use, and it will start flushing. Before it flushing, it will acquire a lock, and it will also move the data. If it haven't moved to the buffer to disk, it will first move the data, and it will acquire a lock, and it will start removing the pages from the buffer. Removing the pages from the buffer. Can I see lazy writer frequency, Subbu? Yes, sir. You can see the lazy writer frequency, but not like a checkpoint. If I go and start reading the LDF file, all the stuff by using performance counters, there is one performance counters. Okay, as of now, the new people don't go this much level. Okay, we'll talk more in the advanced level, but experienced people who old batches who joined. Okay, so by using the performance counters, we will get to know, okay, how frequently the lazy writer is triggering. Okay, so more value, more time it is triggering. Less value, less time it is triggering. Okay, the value. So how frequently the lazy writer is triggering, how frequently the checkpoint or the checkpoint. Oh, I noted. Where is checkpoint? Oh, I not added the checkpoint per second. It's trigger. No, it's not getting. Okay. I will readjust the query to get the checkpoint time as well. Okay. So here you can see lazy writer, how it is triggering. How it is triggering. This is about lazy writer, sir. Okay. There are many things. Okay, no worries. The people who are first time seeing will talk more in the advanced level. Everyone clear about uh, checkpoint, lazy writer, wall, dirty page, clean page? All these are clear, everyone? No? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah. Now, there is one more thread. Okay. Rare case you may get this question also in terms of interview. Okay. Okay. Eager writer. See what Microsoft is saying. Let's go to the Microsoft block itself. I don't want to say anything. The eager writer write the process. Okay. The eager writer process. Eager writer write process. Okay. Writes the dirty pages associated with the minimally logged operations such as bulk, insert, and select into. Okay, this process allows the creating and writing the new pages to take place in parallelly. Means, especially sir, when you go for bulk operations means you are performing massive transactions. Okay, for sir, there are two things: either you are writing, either you are reading. I told you right, either read, either write. Two operations. Reads something different, so no worries, but writes are very important. So for example, when you are writing something, okay, when you are writing something means you need the pages to write, right? So when you are performing bulk operations and your recovery model is a bulk log, again I'm repeating, your database, that is the first concept we are going to discuss after our installation. Okay, every database having one database property called bulk log recovery model. Okay, where is option? Okay, so every database there is option called full, bulk logged, simple. There is option called bulk log recovery model. This is very important. Okay, concept recovery model is very important concept, very important in terms of interview is also very important. Understanding is also very important. Okay, both are very important, sir. Uh, Assume your database is in bulk log recovery model. Your database in bulk log recovery model, and you are performing bulk operation, okay, such as bulk insert, such as select into. Okay, when your recovery model is bulk logged and you are performing bulk operation, what will happen internally means it will log minimally. There is a concept called minimally logged. No worries if you're not understanding, also no worries. Okay, I will talk more in the recovery model. That day is our day to understand all about what is this minimally logged, what is this bulk insert, select into. These are very important concepts. Okay, I will talk more when we are discussing recovery model. Now see, when your recovery model is bulk logged and you are performing bulk operation, what eager writer is doing means page creation, page writing will do in a parallel to improve the performance. To improve the performance, okay, to improve the performance of that bulk operation. Bulk means massive transaction you are doing, sir. To improve the bulk operation, what eager writer is doing? Eager writer is helping to improve this performance by page creating in the MDF file. See, creating, writing means, see where it is writing, so don't get confused again. Your pages are creating in the MDF file, writing in the cache, right? So creates, copy, writing, creating, copying, writing. Both will do parallelly. Here, in a traditional way, in a traditional, what is happening? First, when you are doing any inserts or update, when you are doing especially inserts, okay, updates, deletes, no problem, because whatever the records you already having, that you are updating. Whatever the records already you are having, that you are deleting. No worries about deletion, no worries about updates, nothing. Inserts are very important because when you are inserting means you are inserting a new record. Means you need some pages. You need some pages to load the data, whatever you are wanted to insert. Now, in general, so page will for your transaction. First, it will go to the MDF file, get the pages, copy it, and it will start the writing the data. Once it is done, again go, get, write, go, get, write. Now, especially in the bulk log recovery model, in the bulk operations, when you are performing bulk insert select into, page creation, page writing is doing parallelly. With help of eager writer process. With help of eager writer process, page creations, page writing will do parallelly. Now, how frequently I will change the bulk log recovery model? So, Bhumis, no. Mostly we won't switch this recovery model, sir, because it is improving our performance. Okay, it will improve our performance like anything, because page creation, page writings are doing parallelly means it will definitely improve the performance in the background. But will I recommend this one? No. As a DBA, we should not recommend this one, sir. It is little dangerous option. What do you mean by dangerous, Subbu? Means very, very important is this one. Minimally logged means in the log file, it doesn't, in the log file, see, in the log file, whatever you are doing, every transaction information need to register in the log file. Okay, need to register in the log file, and it need to generate the log records, all the stuff. See, it need to generate the every information, means whatever the insert you are doing, every insert information need to register in the log file. But when your recovery model is bulk logged, when you are performing bulk operations, it is minimally logged, means it is not writing whole information in the log file. Whole information in the log file. If suddenly something happened, for example, your transaction has started at 9 a.m. It will end at 1 p.m. because it is a massive operation. It is taking almost 3 hours to complete the transaction. In the middle, your database got crashed. Okay, whatever the transaction you are doing, which is starting from 9 a.m., it will gone. It will gone. You can't recover the data. Again, you need to start from the base only, because your log doesn't know how many transactions you are performing, because what Microsoft is saying minimally logged. Again, sir, you can't understand right away until unless you know about how that recovery models are working. Okay, so please make a note on what is eager writer is doing when your recovery model is bulk logged and you are performing bulk operations. Internally, eager writer is helping the bulk operation. How that helping? If someone is asking, hey, you are telling that bulk log recovery model will improve the bulk operations. How that is improving means there is a process called eager writer process, which is in the background. What it is doing, the page creation, page writing is doing parallelly. That is how it is improving the performance of bulk operation in bulk log recovery model. But there is one flaw here, nothing but it is minimally logging. It is minimally logging. Is it clear, everyone? No? Yes? Up to this only, remember, sir, don't think much. Okay, don't think much, you can't understand now. Once I talk on the recovery model, that time I will clarify all your doubts. Is it clear? What is eager writer is doing? Eager writer is improving the bulk operations. Eager writer is doing improving the bulk operations by page creation, by page writing parallelly. Who is going to do that one? Eager writer is doing. No? Yes, everyone? Are there only people?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, just remember only this one, sir. Don't think much, okay? Don't think much. I will talk more when we are discussing bulk log recovery model. Very, very important concept. Very, very important concept. Sir, first you need to understand concept. What is that minimally logged? What is that bulk insert select into? First, you need to understand that those terminologies. I will talk when we are discussing recovery models more. Rare case, yes.
Just a quick question. Let's say for some reason, someone put the recovery model in the full recovery and is trying, what will happen with the eager writing?
That's what, sir. Don't think much now as of now. Okay,
Okay.
please. I will talk on
Okay.
that day. Okay, because
Okay.
many people will get confused. That's what my intention.
Okay.
Because we should know what is full recovery model. We should know what is simple recovery model. Then only we'll go for bulk log recovery model. So why we are going for bulk log recovery model, we will understand first. Then we will
Okay.
talk more on this concept. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I
Thank
will
you.
also show you practically. Yep, how that bulk operation is improving. So this is about eager writer, lazy writer, checkpoint. So many people won't ask this question, but again, sir, it's at least 1% if someone is asking, we should not be idle, right? So that's the reason I just wanted to highlight eager writer as well. So many people don't know firstly what is eager writer. That's one biggest concern. But at least we know that what is eager writer is doing. So eager writer is also internal write process. Okay, when especially when you are in the bulk log recovery model and you are performing bulk operations, eager writer is helping in the background to improve the performance. How it is improving? Parallelly creating, writing. Okay, parallelly creating, writing the pages in the buffer, because in traditionally what will happen, until unless you commit the data won't move to the MDF file. Until you commit the data won't move to the MDF file. See what Microsoft is saying, that is the calling operation do not have to wait until the entire operation finished before writing the pages to disk. It is not waiting the operation to get finished. Okay, once the operation get finished, the checkpoint and lazy writer, whenever it triggers, it will start moving the data. Now it is what it is doing parallelly. It is writing into the disk. Entire operation finished before it write the pages. Okay, so just keep that in your mind. Okay, don't get confused now. Once I talk in the recovery model, I will talk more on that stuff. Okay, everyone clear? No? Yes? These are the very important, sir. All are very important. Finally, the most pending concept is asset properties. Yeah, Brian, you are asking?
No, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, no worries. Hold your questions. Okay, for one more week. Okay, once we complete the installation, once we complete usual development, then we will go for first concept. We are discussing recovery model only. That time I will talk more on the recovery models. No worries. Where is our slide? Now, finally, we discuss about asset properties. Okay. Now, every database management system, again, I'm repeating, every database management system need to follow the asset properties. Not only SQL Server, sir. If you go for Oracle, if you go for PostgreSQL, if you go for MySQL, all the database management system need to follow the asset properties. So every transaction need to fulfill the asset properties. So A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, D stands for durability. Okay, durability. Don't think much more about this one. Okay, just remember the technical terms. Okay, just remember the technical terms. I will talk more in the upcoming session slowly, one by one. You will digest. What do you mean by atomicity? Means, see, a transaction. Okay, let me explain you in a clear way. You can understand easily. For example, you go to the ATM machine. Okay, ATM. Now, when you go to the ATM machine, you will try to withdraw the amount. That is the best example to understand easily. You will try to withdraw the amount. Okay. Now, unfortunately, you withdraw like a $10, $20, or 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees. You try to withdraw. Okay. Now, unfortunately, the money not came from mission, but your money got detected from the account. Okay, money got detected from the account, but you haven't received any cash. You haven't received any cash. Maybe there is a fault in the machine, or there is a network glitch in the machine. Okay, you haven't received any cash to the hand, but unfortunately, the amount got detected from your account. Now, what you will do? You will raise a complaint, right, to the customer care. Hey, I tried to withdraw so and so ATM. Unfortunately, the amount is not, the cash is not received, but money got detected from my account. And they may tell, yeah, definitely, no worries, sir. Thanks for your query. It may take 2 to 3 days, and we'll try to revert back your amount. You remember, everyone, at once you face this issue, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes,
Don't tell me.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
at least. Okay, once, not only in the ATMs, or even you go for phone pays, anything. Please, once we may experience this issue. Like same, sir, atomicity means what exactly? Your transaction should be fully committed or fully rollback. Very simple understanding. Fully rollback. Either it should fully committed or it should fully roll back. Roll back. That's what is taken care by the atomicity. Means you need to receive the cash. It need to detect from your account. That's it. It's a vice versa. Like atomicity means every transactions, whatever you are going to perform in the SQL Server, not only SQL Server, sir, any database management system, whatever transaction you are performing, that should be fully committed or fully rolled back. Is it clear, everyone? Yes, no. Atomicity. What is atomicity? Every transaction, whatever you are going to perform, it need to be fully committed or it need to fully roll back. It should not like half. Okay, that is going to taken care by atomicity. We are not doing anything. SQL Server will take automatically. Consistency. Okay. Now see, in a simple lay terms to understand. For example, you are trying to go to the bank, and if you want to open an account, there are two types of accounts you will open. One is zero balance account. One is minimum balance account. Everyone understanding? One is zero balance account. One is minimum balance account. See, if you go to the bank where you need to maintain some minimum balance, and you are asking, hey, I don't have any cash. I want to open a free zero balance account. Will they accept? No, right? It is violating the behavior, right? Agree, not agree? There is one behavior. There is one behavior on that bank. Every account, while they're opening the account, they need to maintain some minimum balance. Okay. Without you maintain the minimum balance, they can't proceed further. It won't allow you to proceed. Okay. So consistency is very important, sir. It should not violate the behavior. It should not violate the structure. It should not violate the behavior. It should not violate. That is going to take care by the consistency. It should not violate the behavior. Whatever you are going to load the data, it should not violate the behavior what is the existing. So that is going to taken care by the consistency. This is also development, sir. You are not doing anything internally. These are all continuously happening. But what is everyone clear about atomicity, consistency? No. Yes. Come on, sir. Respond, everyone. Yes. Everyone is so silent. Okay, just keeping the mute.
Can you explain again consistency?
Yes, sir. You should not violate the behavior, sir. Okay. Means I told you right simply. If you go to the bank, okay, where they need to maintain the minimum balance, and if you go and ask, hey, I don't have cash. Can you open the zero balance account? Will they allow, Eric? No, right?
No, no.
No. Means it is behavior that their behavior, sir. It should not violate. Okay, they should not violate the behavior. So that is going to
Okay.
take care by the consistency. Means whatever the
Okay.
loading, whatever the data you are loading, that need to fulfill. Correct? Yes, no. That is going to take care by your consistency. Clear? Not clear? Or there is
Oh, it's
one
clear
more
now.
thing,
Thank
sir.
you.
And one more point I'm adding. See, uh, it should not keep your database into abnormal state. Also, someone will tell that, yeah, Brian.
Yes, Subu, I wanted to ask if this is correct. Consistency, a transaction should not violate the behavior of a database and its structure. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what next I'm telling.
Okay.
Structure, it should not violate, and it should not make your database into uh, inconsistency state. Means nothing but corruption state. Corruption. Okay. If suddenly whatever transaction you are doing, based on your transaction, maybe your database into got corrupted. Okay. It should not change the database level, transaction level. the behavior levels. Okay, when we are discussing corruptions, there is a dedicated session. 2 days we are spending only on the corruptions. Okay, now think about how important the corruption for DB is. That time, okay, we will make some corruptions, okay, to the database level and make our database into not in the healthy state. We'll make database into unhealthy state. Okay, so consistency means a transaction should not leave the database and its related structure in consistency state. Okay, so it should not always make sense. It should always do the right. That is going to take care by the and all our backgrounds are many things are doing. Okay, but this is very important in terms of interviews also, like a 50-50 chance you may also get. Okay, if you are having 4 to 5 years of experience, they may ask what is the asset properties. Okay, people more experienced people, they won't touch back, but of course you may also get if they wanted to test your low level skills. Next, isolation level. I am talking just only 5 minutes here, sir. I will talk more in the advanced level this concept because this is a DBA task. Okay, these are all taken care automatically. We don't need to do, but this is our DBA task. Isolation level is nothing but independent, sir. In a simple terms, independent. Isolation is nothing but independent. Every transaction is independent. Okay, every transaction is independent. Okay, so just remember isolation level is nothing but independent. Multiple users can access the database, multiple transactions you can perform. Just only remember that 2 lines. Okay, now I will talk more in the advanced level. Almost 3 to 4 days, 3 to 4 days or 5 days, we'll talk on this concept. Only very boring concept, but very important concept because if you wanted to become strong in locking, blocking, deadlocking, how to troubleshoot all this stuff, first you want how to control the blockings, how to minimize the deadlocks. If you wanted to know about all this concept, you must and should know about isolation level. Okay, isolation level is the game changer for us basically for DBAs to minimize the logs, to minimize the deadlocks, to minimize the blockings. Isolation level will play a key role. As of now, what you need to remember is isolation level is nothing but independent. Multiple users can access the database and multiple transactions they can perform simultaneously. Okay, just remember only these 2 lines. Isolation level, I will talk more in the upcoming sessions. Okay. Just remember isolation level is an independent service. Okay, it's independent. Multiple users can access the database, multiple transactions they can perform. But very, very important for DBAs and very boring concept for DBAs as well. Very clumsy concept this is. Yeah. Now finally, durability. Once all the your transaction is once everything is done, you need to protect your transaction. Okay, that protection is taken care by the durability. Means, see, all the changes in terms of I told you right in the last session. What is the wall concept? I told you right. What is a wall? Whatever the changes you are going to perform, all the changes are moving to the log file. Why? To protect the durability. All the transaction, whatever you are going to perform, is going to move the LDF file, log file, LDF file, okay, to protect the durability, asset properties. Out of asset properties to protect the durability, whatever that's because if something happened, your OS got corrupted, your server got restarted, okay, SQL got restarted, your cache will gone, sir. Cache will gone. So, be, for example, before your data is not yet moved to the MDF file because checkpoint need to trigger, lazy writer need to trigger. Okay, if your data wanted to move to the MDF file or NDF file, before that suddenly something happened, your OS got corrupted or the server got restarted or SQL got restarted, your cache will gone. So what Microsoft doing parallelly? So whatever you are going to make the changes in the caches, parallelly changes are moving to the LDF file to protect the durability. In case if something happened to operating system or something happened to crashy, no worries. I am having a backup in the LDF file. I can recover the data from the LDF file. How Subbu means it will run the recovery phase. When we are discussing restores, The first concept I will touch in the recovery phase only, sir. Until unless you have many doubts, just hold the doubts, okay? When we are discussing restores, I will talk on the recovery phase. You need to understand the recovery phase firstly to understand this durability, okay? I will touch back again checkpoint. I will touch back again durability when we are discussing recovery phases. When we are discussing blocking, deadlocks, isolation level is one of the key feature for us, very important. I will talk more on that as well. When we are discussing corruptions, I will talk on the consistency. Atomicity is nothing but, sir, either you can roll back, either you can commit. That's it. Okay. This is our core component of SQL Server. All are very important in terms of interview, in terms of real world as well. Almost theoretical part has been done, sir. Okay. Almost theoretical part has been done. For today. Now we will go, you won't feel that much hectic when you go for, once we start installing SQL Server, okay? You will feel so comfortable because we'll go for concept wise. These are all internal concepts. The people who are first time listening, you will feel little hectic, but again, once we start installing SQL Server, you will feel so comfortable because we'll go for concept wise. We'll discuss the concept, we'll discuss the theoretical, practical, theoretical, practical. That will make so easy, but these are all the internal process. But I think I made it little simplified. Any questions on all this part? Anyone? Any questions? Is it possible demo asset properties? Yeah, I told you, right? I will take a separate session for there is a separate session for isolation level. Okay. A recovery phase, I will talk on the there is nothing called demo, sir. Okay. No. See, rollback commit. If I want to do rollback, I can roll back. That's what in the being this a training, somewhere you will get the asset properties. Okay, no worries. Isolation level is a separate concept. I can't touch back here. I have a question. There is 8 pages in the extents. Pages are data pages in the extents. Yeah. See, that's what. It can be index also, sir. You see, whenever you create the cluster index, okay, those concepts will call the index pages. That 8 pages will contain the data pages or index pages only. Okay. Vaibhav, clear? It may be database, it may be index page. Anything. Yeah. Yes, Wilson, you will get it. Okay. Many things will get practicals are not theoretical. Okay. Many things will get practical. Wherever I told you, right, wherever I wanted to stress, definitely. Okay. Any questions? No? Yes. Yep. Thanks everyone. For New Year. We'll back again to the regular. Okay. So there won't be no session for tomorrow, sir. Let me stop the recording. No questions. I'm stopping the recording. No questions, right?